Welcome back to the league that means nothing on Go Again Gaming.
Hello ladies and gents, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of the TLTMN Season 4, the league that means nothing is here. My name is Kyle, this is Callum, we're from Cup of TCG, and you are watching on the Go Again Gaming channel. We've got two interesting heroes to go up against each other, not a matchup that I've personally seen before. Verdance versus Fire. We've got the Earth heroes and someone surrounded by fire. He's setting fire to a forest. Let's see how this one plays out. David Baker is going to be your Verdance player. Been playing since 2023. Doesn't really play too many competitive events. Looking to push that into this year. But he is the resident wizard player, and he's going to continue launching some spells down range here as well. Callum, who have you got?
Conor McLaughlin, he's a Fire player. He loves Draconic. He loves Ninja, so it makes sense to be playing Fire. Could be playing Syndra, but I respect the Fire choice.
Absolutely.
I do like a bit of Fire myself. I think I'd probably prefer him to Syndra, you know. Just going to say that. Emberblade's
epic. Emberblade.
Pretty cool. Connor has self-proclaimed top 32 Irish Nats for the last 3 years running. Now, after some research, we have found out that Irish Nats might be a 32-player event. However, a claim that I would be making myself if I was an Irish player, so
very true.
You got to respect the grind, right?
He did better than me. I definitely did not come top 32 in UK Nats, I'll tell you that for nothing.
And he did better than me in Irish Nats as well, so
yeah, very true.
I didn't even qualify, so
skill issue, absolute skill issue.
Yeah.
Either way, we are going to be kicking this game off very, very promptly. David Baker over on Verdance and Conor McLaughlin on Fire. Let's see who takes this one.
This episode, League That Means Nothing, is brought to you by Invasion Comic Books, a comics and collectibles shop out of Canada, specialising in current and older books, but also stocking Warhammer, D&D, Funko Pops, Magic, Flesh and Blood, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but also some retro games as well across Sega, Nintendo and PlayStation. Now, for viewers of the League That Means Nothing, you've got some cracking discount codes here. We've got TLTMN10 for 10% off all of your Flesh and Blood singles, and we've got TLTMN Crew 10 for 10% off Sealed Crucible of War. So that's TLTMN 10 for 10% off Fab singles, and TLTMN Crew for 10% off Sealed Crucible of War. Make sure you go and check them out. Invasion Comic Books out of Canada.
Turn order. Looks like a counter is already on the tunic here for Connor. He is going to be kicking us off. Must be a previous TLTMN combatant as well with that Season 3 playmat.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit. I've seen much more of the Syndra Verdance matchup at this point. Syndra having a few tools into the Verdance matchup with the new Spell Void Dagger.
Yeah,
however, Fire, I'm sure he can do some bits as well. A few more blues in the deck. However, not playing any Arcane Barrier against Verdance.
Nah, you don't need it. Just kill him. Kill him.
True.
Really interesting card here. First Tenant Strike, Fire Tenant Strike first, sorry, getting that one mixed up. When it's attached to an electronic attack, this combat chain gets +1. Well, guess what? Your sword, Draconic, gonna get that +1, so effectively a 0 for 4 across multiple chain links. We are going to be pitching away one of those gorgeous snatches that you get from, I believe it was Singapore. Either way, Breaking Point, going to be coming in for a 1 for 7 off the back of 2 of these Fire Strikes.
Very nice. A Rootbound Carapace Yellow going to only be blocking for 2 here, so taking... Oh, no. Must have been a red, as we've taken 4 here. Interesting equipment setup for our Verdance player here, opting for the Surgeon Aethertide and not going for a Waning Moon.
Oh, come on.
Not going for a Waning Moon tempo play. Going to be getting Ring of Roses down really early here and a few Earth cards in the bin already. Ring of Roses, pretty good card to see this early in the game.
Yeah.
However, a little bit better on Waning Moon, I've got to say.
It is, absolutely it is. So let's see if David is going to be able to make it stick and make it work. Connor, going to be swinging one of those gorgeous promo Ravenous Rebels from Calling Liverpool last year. So 4 go again.
In Connor's little biography, Connor put he likes his cardboard shiny and his deck's red line. So it's all checking out here.
Yep. Snatches, check. Rabbles, check.
Some shiny equipment, I'm sure.
Extended art promo, Blaze Hedgehog, check.
Yep.
0 for 4 go again off the back of this one as well. We do love that 0 for 4. What's better than 1 sync below, Callum? 2.
And I might be wrong, but they look like cold foil sync belows as
They
well.
might be gold foil sync belows. We've got the heat on table 18 right now in round number 4. A Lava Vein loyalty, no fancy one this time, probably just an RF for Connor as he's ruined the day that they did not make an EA promo of them, I'm sure.
Hey, we got gem packs now, I'm sure. Maybe
One day,
one day we'll get one in a gem pack.
Well, the next one's got Runeblade cards in it, so who knows?
Well, we'll see. Going to be taking the 3. Not having to block every chain link here, as we are not on Mask of Momentum on fire. However, Mask of the Pouncing Links seeming to be the way to punch through these blocks against Verdance. I know Syndra's have been taking it in the sideboard as well. Just having that one big turn to really push your life lead. H-Pot coming down. I've got to be honest, I've not often seen these H-Pot combo lists into aggro decks like Fi.
It's a bit of a risk, isn't it? I suppose you see that they're running Fi, most likely not going to be on that AB package, so the setup is a lot less than what you would historically need it to be. You can probably just storm off as soon as you want to. Notably though, 0 damage being dealt to Fi so far. We are going to be seeing a cheeky little 0 for 2 in the EA Ignite, and we're seeing a 2-block put in front of the 2-hole.
Yep. So David not opting to take the efficient trading line here.
Jesus.
Ignite going to be reducing the cost of our Spreading Flames for 3. I love this card in Fire, man. It's pretty good in Syndra, but she doesn't quite often want to pitch cards. However, Fire a little bit more willing to pitch cards as you're going to be swinging that Searing Emberblade.
It's going to be taking the 3 here. Spreading Flames going to be online now, affecting the cards on the rest of the combat chain. Aspect of Tiger Body here.
Interesting inclusion. I've not seen this card often in Fire or Syndra decks, but I suppose enabling another chain link, getting your Tiger Stripe Shuko value sometimes where you might not be able to get it.
Get your value somewhere. If you can make it a Draconic card as well.
Yeah. I've got the another interesting card. I actually really like this Dragon Scaler Flight Path in Fire over Syndra. Being able to swing Searing Emberblade twice in a turn feels a little bit more impactful than swinging your Kunai extra times. Can be quite the resource sink sometimes, but should you have the resources to play for it with this Tunic, then it seems pretty good.
To the surprise of absolutely no one, we are going to be seeing a Marvel Crouching Tiger coming in for 1 here off the back of that Tiger Strike Shuko.
2 non-draconic chain links, however, after a Spreading Flames.
Yeah, not ideal.
But we've still got the Phoenix Flame. However, these chain links are helping us get to, I believe this should be 4, no? Or is it equal to the number of draconic chain links?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Well, there are 3 draconic chain links currently.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this should be buffed.
No, I think you need to be a lower base than the number of.
I see.
Got to be happy about getting the Felling of the Crown block here.
Bone Blade Dance is a really interesting inclusion here, right? You're not on daggers here as Fi, so we are just going to be swinging in with the Phoenix Flame. This does get buffed, but simply only by 1. This is up to 2. Go again.
We do love head jabs in our Draconic Ninja decks, Carl.
Who'd have thought this would be a Mask of the Pouncing Link's turn?
Well, I wonder if we're going to be getting I suppose we've got to be getting a lava burst.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Buffed up by the Spreading Flames itself. I was going to say potentially a Salt the Wound, but actually having a few chain links blocked out here, so.
Yeah, only 3 that have connected so far, but your Lava Burst is still going to do a fair chunk of change. Still a card in hand here for Connor as well. Potentially looking to Arsenal this one, though. Fence about
this is how
what it could be.
How we've seen the Syndra match into Verdance go as well. Tends to be...
Ooh, okay.
Very nice. Tends to be a race down and Fire coming out the gates super hot.
Card for Marvel marked, I would assume, here for Connor.
He likes his cardboard shine. So. Wonder if Connor's deck has any interaction with marked. Gonna assume not.
Probably not. We've seen some very weird cards played on this turn, right? Like the Blade Dance is not something you would usually see. Hot on Your Heels isn't one either. But hey, if they work as 0 for 3s and pump to 0 for 4s, to end with a Lava Burst as a 0 for 6, we take those every day of the week. 4 cards have been committed here by David to be able to block on out, and this game could be ever so short. No blocks on that Lava Burst. I think he's just going to be eating 6.
20 life lead for Connor here. Things can all turn around. Should
Very
Verdance
true.
be able to resolve a bit of a combo. These rampant growth lives can do some work, that's for sure.
Some long old chain links, but no swing of the sword as of yet. Yum Yum going to be played out here. Fruits of the Forest, about to heal up 2 to that 22 HP. Going to start clawing some of that HP back and getting an ever-important Earth card into the grave. Of course, I think there is enough for us to be able to turn online now. Just need to see those root-bound carapaces to get you to that decomposed point. Another Spreading Flames going to be chucked on through. This time floating the Tunic for it. No Ignite to be able to reduce the cost here.
Got to be happy about this for Connor. Back-to-back potential power turns here. Ancestral Empowerment going to pump this to 4. Replacing a card. Interesting inclusion in the deck not playing Mask of Momentum. But look, it's a +1 cantrip, if you will. Bit scary pumping a 3 power to 4. Can make some D-reacts in the Verdance in the Verdance deck a little more efficient, but doesn't have it.
Running Renegade, 0 for 3. Go again.
I was going to say potentially the inclusion of cards like Hot on the Hills might mean that running Renegade leaves the deck and being a 2-block 0 for 3. But
very true.
We'll just play as many as we can, I suppose.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's a 0 for 3 go again that's Draconic that blocks 2. Fry blocks 0, by the way.
Yeah, but Fry's a 0 for 4 because it amps Volzar, Cole.
Shut up. Shut up. Rising Resentment, an absolute staple Draconic Ninja card all the way back from Uprising. And, well, no surprise to see its inclusion here.
I've got to imagine that this one was potentially drawn off the back of that Ancestral Empowerment, because I'm sure you would have loved to have kept the Ancestral Empowerment for the hit trigger of Rising Resentment. I can't imagine David's going to let this one hit. It could be banishing a 1 for 5 off the back of this.
It's like he is indeed going to be blocking 3 on it.
Fire activation. Going to grab our Phoenix Flame.
Bang. Have 1.
B2, thanks to our Spreading Flames, no?
Spreading Flames is 3 power, right? Not 2. Oh, wait, no, it should be +1 off the back of the Spreading Flames. Yeah, so this should be 2 go again. He's going to be missed, but that's okay. Art of Dragon Blood, swinging for 4. It's not Draconic, so it does not gain go again.
And it's not going to gain the buff from Spreading Flames as well.
Yeah, no fealty. Connor.
But it makes too much sense. Fire making fealty, but he's rebellious.
No, they've messed up the law. They've messed up the law.
Unless I'm getting my Uprising law wrong.
From my understanding, he hates Dromai because Dromai is a Drakai that wants to burn everyone down. Notably, the 2 new Draconics are also Drakai, so he should hate them. So he shouldn't be fealty. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone who knows the law better than me, let us know down in the comments.
Probably not hard pressed to find too many people who know the law better than us.
Very true, very true. Overloyalty is a really interesting inclusion in this matchup, considering we've seen a number of non-draconic ninja attacks in this deck so far. So a bit of a hedge here off the back of the 0 for 4. We did kind of just gloss over David's previous turn, played another H-pot and moved on with his life.
Yeah, I think David going to be running out of life to make use of this big combo turn, though, right? You're going to have to keep a few cards to resolve one of these. To resolve one of these big Verdance combos. And I mean, are you going to have the space to do it if you're being attacked on all fronts?
Display loyalty. Do indeed now control 2 or more Draconic chain links. Fealty being made. There goes your law.
Yeah.
Marvel one, of course, by the way.
Oh man, I love these gem pack promos. They look so good in all of these decks.
Blocking 3 on this one. Just trying to conserve some of that HP. Of course, ever important that the Barkskin Millennium Tree did not create an embodiment of Earth. We've only got 3 cards in our Banish Zone right now.
But look, trying to potentially get the block value out of it one way or another if we're not going to be able to decompose before this game ends.
Very, very true. It's again another turn where we're not going to be activating the sword, just sitting there unswung, unused, and still able to present a 5 chain link turn, all draconic.
Well, I wonder if, considering we're on Ravenous Rabble, whether we're even playing that many blues in this deck.
Yeah,
right?
maybe not. Maybe not. He's going to stay around. Plenty of draconic cards played that turn.
You'd love to see a Felling of the Crown here if you're Verdance here.
I'd love to see a single attack. David's not sent damage downrange at all this game. And while we are going to be seeing Cadaverous Tilling, this being soon to be a 3 for 8. Connor, we certainly got a laugh in the face at these. He's got 30 HP on his opponent at this point.
However, you're getting yourself ever closer to that Verdance hero ability being online, and taking Connor down to 32 would be a slightly more reasonable kill range, I'm sure.
True, very true. He's indeed just going to be taking the 8 down to that 32 HP.
Connor eagerly reaching for the life tracker there, just going, yep, send me the bill.
No blocks. Cut the check. 4 cards in hand here for David. No arsenal, no setup, just going to be playing off the top of the deck for the next few turns. Connor looking to put the nail in the coffin here with this 4 card hand. We've seen him present much more than 10 off the back of these 4 cards historically, but that massive turn we saw earlier was all off the back. That Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, not to be seen so far. Running Renegade is our first attack on the combat chain, 0 for 3.
But look, fire deck that's absolutely fantastic at converting 4 cards, because he's kind of always got 5 cards in that Phoenix Flame, right? So also possibly not wanting to arsenal a card against Verdance deck that plays Command and Conquer and Plow Under.
Yeah,
so maybe just walking into the trap of arsenaling too many cards, of losing your arsenal, if you arsenal too many cards. The no blocks on the first attack here just makes me wonder whether David is taking his last opportunity to convert a hand into potentially a big chunk of damage.
Some form of damage, yeah. Maybe like looking to block with a single card here, return some decent damage, arsenal a card for a setup. I mean, we've got 2 H-pots on the board, but we've not seen those lives, was it Everboon Life is what we're going to be looking for? Rampant Growth.
Yeah, but look, the Verdance ability not coming online, maybe David trying to be patient to get it online before cracking these H-pots, but wonder if he's going to have the space to ever do so.
0 for 3 going to get blocked out by the strike.
You'd feel pretty silly dying with 2 health pots on the board, wouldn't you?
You would. You would. 2 H-pots, a little bit of damage mitigation in the block as well.
This is the scary thing about Verdance when she does these combos, right? Even if she doesn't kill you, there's a good chance that she gained best part of 10, 15 life on the turn that she went off. So you've not just got to close the game out afterwards, you've got to close it out through a chunk of life that you weren't expecting to be there. Display loyalty, making a second fealty. Fire activation here, going to be grabbing our trusty Phoenix Flame. Verdance down to 4. Got to hope that Connor can get another card here out of the hand. David, Phoenix Flame coming in for 1. Just going to be giving that Bark Skin. I'm hedging that David is holding on to a few cards that he wants to potentially push back with here. Kind of his final opportunity, it looks like. Connor going to be setting a card in Arsenal. Setting up for that last turn to push those last 4 points of damage. What can David do here with 3 cards?
More setup, or are we going to be seeing some damage finally return? Some form of threat. A Plow Under here would be perfect. The timing, optimal. 4 cards in hand for Connor, a card in his arsenal. David, the tank, having a bit of a think.
It's a shame that, the Plow Under would be nice, but Connor still gets to return 4 cards there, right? So how can you survive for long enough in David's seat? But maybe got a couple of Rampant Growths. Not had an opportunity to put one in the bin to use that plume.
It was a little quiet for a moment as I was double checking the text on Liquefy.
Yeah. A card that you've...
Card I said a very long time ago was one of my favourites from Uprising. I don't think it's been in a single deck I've ever seen played.
Might have been in 1 or 2 Uprising draft decks, maybe.
Very true, very true. Not even a pump. Just gives it on here. Okay, H-Pot numero uno being popped. Are we going to be seeing the second one committed here as well? Healing 2,
Such a shame not to be
Healing 4.
having some Verdance pings on here as well. This Ring of Roses from very early on in the game just getting next to, well, no value.
Rampant Growth Life, gonna be committed, healing the 1 and amping for, what is this, 5 so far.
Gonna need another Rampant Growth Life to make a real sizable dent in Connor's life, but we do have the Plume, so can Plume into Rampant Growth Life. However, then won't have a spell to play on top of our Surgent Aethertide.
We're going to be pitching away the other H-Pot to be able to get that Rampant Growth back. This will then be amping for 6 as he heals 1 up to 10.
So amping for
So
5
taking us up
and
to
amping for 6.
So taking us up to 11.
However,
Get your second dice out.
only having 1 card in hand means, is it just going to be a Surgent Aethertide for 11?
Could be.
For 12, sorry?
Maybe 0 for 3. Take us up
I
to
mean,
15.
a Mind
takes up to
Warp would be
14.
nice.
It's just going to be Surgeon Aethertide.
But 20 life is not really a kill range for Verdance with the Stormstriders, especially now that the Rampant Growths are gone.
Connor just laughing in the face of this arcane as he takes it down to 20 HP.
And we are going to get our first Ring of Roses trigger of the game.
Things in for 1. David ticks up to 11. And this is the swing you were talking about, Callum, right? This is the swing where, okay, it's not just I'm going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to you. It's also I'm going to be healing a lot at the same time. We're now down to a 9 HP deficit when just less than 5 minutes ago, we're sitting at 30 HP deficit.
Yeah, however, Connor returning with 5 cards here.
Terrifying.
2 Fealties, and we know that there's a couple of cards that would enjoy to be made draconic,
Yeah, very
like
true.
that Art of the Dragon Blood.
Dragon Power as well, if he's running it.
Yeah. Tunic on 3 as well. This could be
Tons of options.
quite the scary turn from Connor here. Wonder if we'll get to see the Dragon Scale Flight Path.
No opportunity to really block with it in this game so far, right? So just going to be
that 1 Cadaverous Till and go down face.
Yeah, that
I
was
suppose,
it.
But
floating the Tunic to be able to use that opening attack on the breaking point. We are going to be seeing these legs committed here to be able to give this go again.
it's going to cost him some resources here. This card is these legs are made cheaper by the amount of draconic chain links you have, so it's going to cost him 2 to activate these legs, I believe. Maybe I'm missing something here. Razor Reflex, perhaps? You have this on hit go
Yeah.
again, maybe, but it's like a really odd
What inclusion?
start to the turn here.
No on-hit effect here from the breaking point.
Maybe
It simply says 1 for 5.
maybe a sequencing puzzle that Connor has solved.
He was thinking for a little bit of time.
Emeritus Scolding going to be used here. Dragon Scalar Flight Path going to be pitched into, I'm sure.
How many cards are you pitching away from it, though? That is the question. He's pitching 2 into it. Remember, its cost gets reduced by 1 per each draconic chain link you control. So
Really?
only going to be coming in with display loyalty for 3 here. This is such a brick from Connor.
Interesting to know why he wouldn't start with the display loyalty. Pitching 2 reds again. We are getting the hand
Okay.
emptied to resolve Drop of Dragon Blood. New card off the top. 1 resource floating here.
Sword's a possibility.
Sword, pitching into the sword.
Oh.
Oath of Loyalty, not what you want to see here. We get our first sword swing of the game, but this is going to unlock the Phoenix Flame for us to be able to fetch back.
Phoenix Flame only coming in for 1, though, right? We've not seen any other attacks with 2 or less base being played out this turn. Tiger Swipe Shuko.
You see the plow on the blocked with here. I'm
Difficult.
surprised that Connor doesn't go for the arsenal of the Phoenix Flame. Sometimes can be
Just a set up
used
next
as
turn. Yeah.
an extender, a starter maybe after that turn of an unfortunate bit of a brick. But maybe Connor saying, you know what, I've just drawn a load of my closers. I'm sure to draw a starter next turn.
An absolutely terrifying opportunity here for David. Remember, 1 arcane go again off the back of Surgeon Aethertide.
Which is going to trigger our Ring of Roses, the engine, the value engine that is Ring of Roses, turning this Surgeon Aethertide into a bit more of an enticing proposition. Still no Verdance hero ability online.
Still shy of that.
Mind Warp going to be the play
Very
here.
nice.
No way to prevent this surge effect from Connor here.
Unless we see a shelter.
Yeah, potentially. Be surprised to not see it used on the Surgeon Aethertide prior.
Yeah, very true. We are going to be taking that 3, shuffling that 4-card hand back into the deck, drawing -1.
A couple of turns ago, I was really expecting this game to be closed out by our 5-player here, but that brick hand last turn,
Debilitating.
not
Absolutely
what you wanna
debilitating.
see. And now Connor heading ever closer to that Stormstrider's kill range.
Again, Stormstrider's kill range turned down by not being on your Waning Moon, right? We're on the Surging Aethertide. It can only be activated as an action instead of the instant speed. So cut 3 from that max total that you would usually see.
I'd be surprised to see David on Burn Bear as well in this type of list.
No card in your arsenal as well, so no Emeritus Scolding to be able to get played out essentially for free.
Cracking a fealty here.
Was one Draconic card played in that previous turn. Going to be making this Art of Dragon Blood have go again, and next 3 Draconic cards you play this turn cost 1 less to play. This is 4. Nice opener.
Making use of these fealties that we kind of thought were just there for show for a little bit. Rootbound Carapace going to be getting our Verdance ability online now.
Here we go. We are going to be going up to 9.
Happy to banish these Rampant Growth Lives out of the graveyard now that Plume has already been committed. You're in a scary spot here as Connor. Looking to close this bit of damage out, but snatch.
Just a snatch.
For 4. Already with a card in hand. This hit trigger not posing
too much of a threat. Wow.
Burn Bear, there is
Speak of the Burn Bear. Looks like he is indeed going to be running it.
Wonder if David here is on holding a lovely 2-card felling or something similar. Connor, I'm sure, feeling this game slip away from him a little bit here. Yeah, the fealty not dying thanks to our Art of Dragon
Draconic.
Blood being made Draconic. And a pass back
Arsenal
from David.
pass here for David. Well,
makes you wonder why we didn't commit an extra blocking card on the
snatch, just to be able to decline the draw, yeah.
Not even pitching into the Surgeon Aethertide, triggering the Ring of Roses. Wonder what we could be holding.
Connor's got a 5-card hand available now.
Maybe a couple of Burn Bears not being able to be
could
pitched
be. They could have clumped. It was the first one we saw.
Good old reliable Ronin Renegade here.
3 go again, just about to open up the turn. Draconic card been played.
Connor afforded the space to threaten lethal after a few turns of some bricky hands. Tunic on 2, so no Tunic breaking point shenanigans. Probably not seeing that 3rd Spreading Flames.
But with a thinker here for David. He's done well to be able to bring this game as close as it currently is. Can he get it over the line though? Needs to make sure he's blocking out cleanly. Another Emeritus Scolding Blue going to be blocked out with here. The only 2 we've seen so far entered the grave. Ignite now, a 0 for 2 go again.
He's going to reduce the cost of the sword, however, if we wanted to
it is indeed
convert a red into the sword instead of playing out the red.
This is also effectively a 0 for 3, right? It's turning on that Shuko.
And it's also making our fire activation cheaper.
Costs 1 less.
So we get to use our Phoenix Flame earlier.
Hero is a card that you activate. That would be not play. Don't get caught out with Ignite.
Aspect of Tiger Body. Man, I used to love this card, and then if there's a deck in the format that can play it, like 5, maybe I'll have to
very true.
have a look.
I believe Naeem Mobasar, his list, his IRA list, was running that as well inside of LL. Don't want to play a Little Legend, no?
Oh, it's a good card with Flick Flack, that's for sure.
Very true, very true. But I think here for David, he's got to give a block. He's got to give a block. He's on 3. 3 is being presented. Everbloom Life. First one of those that we're going to be seeing as well. Crouching Tiger.
Going to be triggering the Tiger Stripe Shuko here. So
yeah, 1 go again.
Not really something that we can afford to block from David.
Not at all. We'll be taking the 1 hit. Yeah, he did. Reached over, coming in for 1. Phoenix Flame for 1 again.
Not an attack that you can Ancestral Empowerment, so David can be confident he's not dead on board to this.
No, but something you could very well be dead on board to is, well, not a rabble though. 0 for 4, go again.
Oh, we're just assuming it's a 0 for 4.
It's always a 0 for 4.
Makes me wonder whether there's a single blue in this
It
deck.
probably isn't. This is basically Aurora, baby. One card left in the hand. You've seen a number of singular points of damage hit on this combat chain, but notably, those combat chains have hit. 4 needs to be covered here with the 2 cards remaining in David's hand. There's still a card in the hand here for Connor. The writing is on the wall. I don't see a way out here for David unless he's got a 0-4 defense reaction sitting in his hand, sitting in his arsenal to be able to get him out of jail. But if this single card in hand is Assault the Wound, this game is over and done with. We are going to be blocking out 2, and there is a no block in your hand as well. Rampant Growth Life not going across the line. Are we going to see what the final card in Connor's hand was? Come on, don't leave me sitting here without the knowledge. He looks like he's going to leave me a bated breath. Well, congratulations, Connor. Got a little bit risky towards the end there, Callum. I thought it was thought David was going to be able to steal it away, but the cards just didn't line up towards the end.
David paying the price there for the H-pot combo build into an aggro deck. Like,
Yeah,
it's not the choice of many Verdances, but look, one more turn maybe with the Mind Warp.
That's what you need.
Could have had a game stolen out from under him there.
Yeah. Either way, don't go into H-pot combo, I suppose, into aggro. It's your life lesson. But notably, in Fi, be very, very, very careful not to brick or to draw an open loyalty off the top of your deck when you've already played a card that turn.
Yeah.
There's a number of learning lessons on both sides of the board there. If you're a Verdance player, have a look. Take a look at some of the intricacies and have a look to see what you may have done differently. And if you're a 5 player, hey, I mean, I like playing 0 for 4s as much as the next guy, sometimes even 0 for 3s. So give that list a try out at your next local. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been the TLTMN. We've been Cup of TCG. We'll catch you very, very soon. Peace.